file open. If I change the extension to MMS in the demo data folder of the user profile, there's a file QuickDam MMS. I say open, and I open both the MMS and the triangles. I'm going to add a string where I want the dam wall. And I know the level of my dam wall is more or less 211 meters. And the interpolator I turn off, so it's going to draw the wall at that level. And I'm just going to call it top. And indicate. Now, if I move my cursor, if I press F5, and I look at the bottom right, there's my 211 meters contour more or less. So I'm just going to go a bit beyond that and freehand start clicking out my dam wall at the position where I intend on creating it. I look at the elevation again on the right, and there it's 212, so it's fine there. Then I go and I add some more nodes on here. So I say GXT add nodes plus, and I add it every 20 meters at a fixed interval, and I use the indicate string option. And I don't worry about the node names, I just say add nodes, click on the string, and it adds some extra nodes there. If you don't want to see those red dots, remember you can turn that on and off there. Then I draw a parallel string on the top for the top part of the dam wall on the inside again, and I make that 12 meters, 0 elevation difference, so it's the same level. And then I draw toe line strings with different slopes. So I say GXT add toe line, and the inside one I'm going to make it a slope of 1 to 2, so I leave it like that. Every 20 meters interval to project 1. Place toe points at base of node string must be on. Then I say OK. I click on the inside, so that's a slope of 1 to 2. Then I go escape toe line again, and this time I make the slope 1 to 1 for the downstream. And I say OK, and click on the outside of that string, and there's the slope of 1 to 1. Then if you want, you can now just clean up the nodes here to be more neat. I'm not going to do that for the video illustration. I'm just going to add nodes on all 4 strings now. I go to GXT. I'm not going to use utilities string to DTM now. I'm going to say ID, so GXT ID. I just say invert to identify all the strings. You could have said do ID or ID and then all the strings. And then I go manipulate ID, and I use this option to put DTM points on the strings. In project 2, I say OK. And if I turn my DTM on, you'll see the points, the green points there. Then I can do a triangle contour search with project 2 active, and there's my dam wall. And I need to edit these strings, so while the strings is identified, I can go to GXT, I can say ID, manipulate ID, and use this option auto edit triangles. Wherever the triangles crosses the strings, it should edit them correctly. You can do this a few times until it corrects them. It doesn't look like it wants to correct that one, so I'm just going to zoom in there and see what the problem is. Oh, it did not create the toe point correctly here. So for now, I'm just going to say point and delete. Delete project 2, that point, and that point. And I'm just going to say remove. Okay. And then just with the triangle plus, I'm gonna add new triangles in here. So that toe point just didn't do it correct. Then I'm gonna calculate my water or my Earthdam volume. So I go cut and fill, between the design, the ground project is in project 1, the design is in project 2, and I say grid, and a white is fill and a red is cut, so there's a little bit of cut there which I'm gonna ignore. So that's the volume of my dam wall. Then I'm gonna just delete everything to the top. Now close, and sorry, I see there's a gap in my model here. Let me just turn on the triangle sides. So I need to add some triangles there. That volume was not completely correct. And to calculate the water volume, I now need to determine where the water is going to be. It's going to be on this side. I merge the two projects, so I copy project 2 into project 1. Let me just quickly do the volume again, cut and fill, grid, and OK. Now it won't have that gap in there. So it's a little bit different, not that much. Then I just delete that previous one. Close. Now I merge the two projects. I say 1, 2, 3, copy. And I copy project 2 into project 1. I say OK. Everything must stay on. There's a big gap in my model here. So I can say triangle and then parameters and just make the search radius bigger. So I must just say C search on project 1. So I go C search, continue search, and it closes my model there. Then to do the volume, I turn project 2 off. This is my final dam design. That's what the Earthdam looks like. And to calculate the water volume, I again know the water level is 211 meters. So I go cut and fill, and I say between the ground, which is in this case project 1, so I must change this one to project 1, and a flat surface of 211 meters, grid area, and I'm gonna just make it a bit larger to go faster. So okay, indicate an area, define the area. I'm just gonna refresh my screen, and then in the center of the wall I go down there, just freehand snap, and then just on the outside of that 211 contour on the water side. Then if I escape, I say accept. Wherever the red is, that's where the water is going to be, so it's the cut volume that I'm going to use. And that's going to give me my water volume. I can now do a section through here as well with the GXT add new. I'm not going to give it a name for time's sake, and I'm going to vertical view that with the GXT vertical view. Click on it. I don't want to see the string, so I turn that off. I just want to see the ground, and that gives me a profile of my dam wall. If you want to copy it to CAD, it's the same special copy to CAD. you get the pop-up, you plot it to CAD, and escape, go to horizontal, and it takes you back to plan view. That's it for this illustration. Thanks for watching, and till the next video.